G'day, and welcome to a review of Snow Plowing Simulator. Trying a bit of a different format today because, well, the developers sent me a review key for Snow Plowing Simulator to celebrate the full release of the game. Which is a bold choice, given that there's no evidence whatsoever that they finished the bloody thing. So yeah, we're gonna do a bit of a more traditional review. I spent 6 to 8 hours playing through Snow Plowing Simulators, get a bit of a good idea of what it had to offer, because I wanted to get to the snowplows. So what is Snow Plowing Simulator? Well, it's kind of what it says on the tin. It's a simulator game where you have a business dealing with snow that's falling into the little community you end up in. But there's a secret mystery that you must resolve. So the game starts off, as most games do, with a tutorial. Pretty standard, except that they kind of forgot to make the English actually English. Yeah. The English is clearly the second or third language of the developers, and they have not had it proofread by a native English speaker or someone who's fluent. It's very clunky about it. So the tutorial starts off with just getting you to get together some basic tools. You start off with a shovel, and you need to clear out the snow in front of your office. And then as you go through, you earn money from doing jobs around the community for a variety of weird people who, again, don't speak English, apparently. And as you earn money, you can buy more and more new equipment, which is oddly balanced, to say the least. For a lot of the equipment, it's only marginal increases, especially once you get to the snowplows. So the proper snowplows being, well, the selling point of the game, one would expect would be much more efficient. Unfortunately, a lot of the snowplows, there seems to be limited value in going into, especially when you get to the big truck. Well, once you get to the big truck and buy the fancy blower plow for it, it's not that much better than the middling plow you can get for your ute, what Americans would call a truck. So the standard plows, they just push a little bit of snow to the side, which is one of the disappointments with the game. When you are using a plow that doesn't completely disperse the snow, it doesn't actually push the full amount of snow to the side. It deletes most of it and then leaves a small trail. So using the truck, the little truck, you can clear just as many areas. So let's talk mechanics. The plus side is what some of the tools, like the assorted sliding scoops and basic plows you get as a hand tool, they will load up with snow and then you can dump it. And it's nice to see the scoop slowly build up and then leave a massive nice pile of snow where you're finished. And the basic theoretical gameplay loop of go to new location, clean up snow, make money, buy new equipment is very standard. Runs into several issues because for some reason the developers decided to include a survival mechanic. So you need to monitor your calories. If you're using the hand tools, the more basic the hand tool, the more calories it costs. So you have to buy food. You also have to monitor your body temperature, and you can buy additional clothes to help maintain your body temperature warm enough in the snow. Unfortunately, the clothing system has more expensive clothes that don't seem to be as good, and they randomly include reflective strips on some of the clothes, but that doesn't seem to have any gameplay role, so I'm not sure why that's advertised. Moving on to the negatives, of which there are far too many. We'll start with the basic ones, and then we'll get to the catastrophic bugs. So the first issue I want to talk about is the quality of English in the game. It is utterly appalling. I'm going to play a selection of the dialogue scenes as I read aloud the dialogue on screen. Right, there we go. Right, let's see if we can buy a scraper. Here we go, for 200. Why is that called a little shovel? This is a full fucking release. Why the fuck aren't things even named properly? Fucking hell. Right, let's see. Buy little shovel. Fuck's sake. Little shovel, the purchaser, delivered by courier. Yes, the English is abysmal. There's also an extremely disturbing cutscene where we bully, intimidate, and essentially threaten to kidnap a child. Well, our character does anyway. It's strange. Here, have a watch. Hey, there's a kid on the playground. Who are going to talk to, because that's totally not it. So you're hanging around the magazine. What? Magazine? The fuck do they mean by magazine? What do you know about the fur that's there? I really don't know anything, sir. I took the ball. Are you changing as Yeti? Fuck me. A ball in the middle of winter? Oh, I would like to get to be my disguise, but the truth is that Yeti would prefer to remain only a legend. That's got nothing to do with it. Whose? So you know something about this costume after all. Tell me everything you know or I'll take you to the police. I don't know anything, sir. I took the ball. Are you changing as Yeti? Dressing up as a Yeti and scaring people? I think I'll report it to the police. Come with me. Oh yeah, just kidnap a kid. What fucking idiot wrote this? It's not really mine. Don't know how it got there. Leave me alone, please. But you're shaking. You are shaking so much. Is it from the cold or are you so scared? You're actually a toddler and probably don't know anything. What the fuck is wrong with the people who wrote this game? Absolute psychopaths. Absolute mental cases. Yeah, this is how you talk to a kid. This is how you get arrested. Anyway, our psychopath characters continues. Plus, this costume is a bit too big for such a little one. I'm not a toddler at all, and I'm almost the tallest in class. I know all sorts of school gossip. I know who the costume belongs to. However, you know something. So you know something about this costume after all. Tell me everything you know, or I'll take you to the police. Oh, fuck off! What the? This fucking dialogue tree. Absolute crap. Fine, I'll pay you for information. Or maybe a piece of paper with the president's portrait will improve your mannering. Good idea. I'll check your wallet. Here, you have $10. You won't get any more, so you either speak or talk differently. You know what? I only now remember. I saw the older boys who dropped off that fur coat at the warehouse. I know they dress up as Yetis and scare the residents at night, and especially the girls. Can you give me a break already? And the real Yeti? Costume is a completely different matter, but my grandmother said that stories about strange characters living in the surrounding mountains were told from generation to generation in the times of native inhabitants. Yeah, right, I'm going back to it. What the fuck is wrong with the writing in this game? Other issues I'd like to talk about include that the third-person vehicle camera is impossible to invert, and as such is a mess. Moving on to the other bugs, the terrain doesn't line up in some places. There are some sections of the map where if you're driving along, especially if you're playing, you'll just plow straight into what should be flat terrain. If you want to clean snow out of a property by driving your snowplow through the entrance, like you'd instinctively do, you need to clear the driveway. Well, start at the start of the driveway. No, here is a 3-foot tall wall of snow that has magically popped into existence across the entire width of the game area. That's very good. Then we have the fun issues of things either spawning when they shouldn't, not spawning when they should, or just not preserving their game state during, well, loading and saving. For example, if you can buy better quality snow tires. Well, let's talk about the buying of the tires. So there are a variety of tires, including standard tires, winter tires, chain tyres and spike tyres, all of which have a grip stat. And for some reason, the chain tyres and spike tyres have lower grip stats than the winter tyres, or at least they're displayed to have the lower grip stat. But you buy these tyres, you put them on the vehicle, you save the game, you come back, you load in, jump in your vehicle, drive down the road, and then spin out of control because the game has decided to uninstall your tyres. Every time. Assuming, of course, you can get into your vehicle, because the game might decide, oh, you've got a trailer on, cool, we'll spawn the truck in the garage with the trailer still attached. Problem is, garage can just fit the truck. Trailer's now in the wall. Oh, you stupid fucking game. You've attached the trailer and spawned it through the fucking wall. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? Well, that's not gonna fucking work. Right. Well, let's try this fucking roadside assistant. Tow the vehicle to the nearest road for fuck. Yes. Yeah, with all this shit on the trailer. Gonna cost $1,000 fucking dollars to fix the devs being idiots. Well, $1,000 in game. Because the devs are more. Where the fuck that last. Oh, there it is. Me. Gloriously fucking incompetent. Fuck's sake. What utter idiots. Or, oh, hey. You needed to save and reload the game because the NPC you wanted to talk to didn't fucking spawn in? Don't worry about it. We'll reset the position of all the vehicles. You now have to run halfway across the map by foot on foot to get to your vehicle. We need the keys. Does this mean we need to go visit Mr. Donaghy? Can't see anything of interest through there. Right, so we have to go see Mr. Donaghy. Oh, you fucking morons. So this is a bug going back to July 2024 where the millionaire doesn't have the fucking key. Oh, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. Right, I'm gonna go back there and try the fucking door again, but he's gone. Right, let's try saving and loading. Oh, he's spawned back in after a fucking reload. For Christ's sake, game, you piece of shit. Fucking me, these guys are fucking awful. I've already given you the code to bury anything else that's a bit far behind the mouse. Piece of hard work. You're right. That's why the order's leaked. If you want to give you the keys to your cottage. Fucking idiot. You'll be able to warm up in it. Yes. Give me the fucking keys. Right. God fucking damn. Oh, you stupid pricks. They've fucking moved the truck. And now I'm just fucking stuck here. Absolute fucking. And of course this includes other vehicles as well, like the big truck that's supposed to be the endgame vehicle, which is just crap. It sucks. Like, you can't turn around on roadways, so it's really annoying to unlock new properties. In order to unlock new properties, you need to clear the roads leading up to them, but you can't access the property until you do that, which would make sense, except that you can't turn around on the road because the road's only so wide with barriers on either side, which means you need to use the little tractor, which doesn't make sense when you have access to a massive truck with a snowblower on the front of it. Another interesting gameplay choice was the decision to include a durability mechanic. A durability mechanic on all your tools, and your durability decreases significantly more if you bump into things, which, okay, fair enough. You crash your piece of snow-moving equipment into an obstacle, it damages it. But the hitboxes don't work. The hitboxes are far larger than the object looks. So you're plowing along. Oh, I'm just going to avoid this rocker. No, you're not. The hitbox is actually wider than the model of the object. You've hit it. You've damaged your tool. Yeah, you're going to have to go replace that now. Eventually, it got to the point where I just turned off the survival mechanics in the game to just try and progress the plot. Speaking of which, there is at least nominally a plot in this game. As you come into this little town, you speak to the barely coherent residents, and you find out that there's something unexplained. There's something roaming the landscape. In fact, there's a large hairy humanoid roaming around. It's a Yeti. You know it's a Yeti. I know you know it's a Yeti. I'm just pulling you along. There's a Yeti, abominable snowman, Bigfoot roaming around the area, and you're investigating. So you talk to a variety of characters, not characters. I specifically mean caricatures. As you go through the neighborhood, and these extremely strange people will provide you with additional information about what's going on in the town. So as you progress through your hours of gameplay, you nominally find out more about what's going on in this town. And I would love to tell you what the big reveal at the end of the game is, and how the plot ends, but I can't, because the game is a poorly made piece of garbage, and I encountered two catastrophic game-breaking bugs. The first was when the loading system bugged out, and every time I attempted to load the game immediately crashed as soon as it tried to actually move into the game. Eventually, I uninstalled the game in a fit of rage, and then went a bit later on. I thought, you know what, I'll try reinstalling it, just in case that fix it helps. And it did. So I got through that one by reinstalling the game, which I shouldn't have to do. This is supposedly a full release. The second catastrophic game-breaking bug is, you know how I mentioned earlier that the game doesn't remember the states of items? Yeah, turns out you need to collect 4... what's the game called? You need to collect 4 artifacts. Yeah, so it turns out, when I saved and quit the game, yeah, the game deleted everything I had collected up to the save point. Several times, you get you get information that goes on your Yeti board, your conspiracy board in your office, and every time you save and load the game, whatever you had disappears. And that includes the artifacts that you need to progress the game. So I'll put some screenshots from my Steam achievements in to show that I did collect the artifact. And then I will show you where the artifacts are supposed to be used, and you will notice that there's only one artifact, the artifact that I just picked up in that play session, because the rest of the artifacts are deleted. I tried going back to where I thought I picked up the other artifacts, couldn't find them. At that point, I decided that I was sick to death of this game and I wasn't going to put any more effort into trying to fix the devs' crap. Now, in the spirit of fairness, I will say that the devs have released some hot fixes where they claim, note, I haven't checked this because fuck this game, the devs claim that they have they have removed errors blocking game progression. No, not in my save file. It doesn't retroactively fix my save file where the artifacts are gone. So, yay. Maybe it'll prevent it occurring for people who play after the hotfix, but you guys aren't going to do that because the game's a piece of shit. They also claim that they fixed issues with crashes during reading and writing, and then they say they fixed issues with writing and reading because they can't be consistent with their English in their own update posts. Improved vehicle spawn positions as well, which maybe that addresses the issue of having the trailer on the back of the truck and the trailer just teleporting into the wall and you having to do stupid things to get it out and reset it and... So that's the game. It is a buggy, unfinished mess that they have claimed to have released. They've only released a couple of hotfixes that don't seem to address most of the issues. They definitely don't appear to have addressed the catastrophically abysmal English in the game. And there's just no point playing this game. The novelty of pushing a little bit of snow around, because, again, the game could be vastly improved if the snow that you plow actually significantly built up rather than just leaving little streaks. That would greatly improve the feel of the game, but there's no point in any of this because some of the upgrades are kind of useless. The gameplay is not significantly improved by getting the bigger truck, and of course the plot, such as it is, can be impossible to get to if you encounter a variety of game-breaking bugs, unless you feel the need to play through the entire game in a single play session, because the game will delete all the crap you've collected if you try and save and reload. Snow Plowing Simulator currently retails for $23.50 Australian, or with the 25% launch discount, $17.62, which, unfortunately, is about $17.62 more than it's worth. This game isn't worth playing for free, unless perhaps you can make a review about how much of a piece of crap it is. And even then, it's not worth it. Don't sit there and play 6 hours. I'm never going to get those 6 hours back. It was not worth it. You'll also see, and thank you Steam for showing recent reviews, mostly negative reviews recently on the good old Steam, for their full 1.0 major update, where they didn't actually bother finishing the game because it's still a buggy, broken mess. So something else I've noticed, I've been going through the Steam page, there seem to be a variety of features advertised on the Steam page that never actually made it into the game. Like, one of the basics is the... hopefully I can get a capture of this GIF. Hopefully I can just steal it off of the Steam page. This shows, for example, just the highlight of the area that needs to be plowed is significantly different. It looks way better in the advertisement. That's not in the game. It also shows being able to interact with the wheels of the ute in the shed. I don't remember seeing that. Then there's the you driving along with a presumably assault layer. Where the fuck was that in the game? That's like that's either I've gone completely insane, or that's not in the game. So there's a bunch of features that are advertised at the top of the About This Game section on Steam that are not in the game. So not only is the game a buggy, broken piece of mess, the developers are up to some false advertising. Good job, guys. Oh, they should be embarrassed. Yes, let's send review copies out of our game out for our full release, despite the fact that we, didn't actually bother to finish the game. So, speaking about things in the games, let's have a look at this updates roadmap. So here's the start tractor trailer. Yep, spawn point the same place as saved. Well, we spawn in, our gear doesn't. ATV bikes? Yeah, there was one of those in the game. Trucks for sale? Well, no, not really. Snowplow for trucks? Yeah, those are in there. Road to release. Repair shop? No. Shop at the gas station? No. Quest for sodding and sanding the road? No. Clearing roofs? No. That's on the roadmap in Road to Release at this very moment after they've allegedly released the full game. So that should have already been in the game. And then for the final release, UFO, maybe didn't see it. Location with a ski resort? No. Highways? Maybe. Shopping mall? No. Airport? No. New city centre? No. So you've got on your Steam page full 1.0 major update. And in your roadmap, under Road to Release, you have a whole bunch of shit that isn't in the fucking game. So, my review of this game is 2 middle fingers up and go fuck yourself. It's not just a bad game, it's not just a shit game, the devs are lying to you. So, they can shove it.